Hello everybody, well we're here at the Melbourne Exhibition Centre for the Melbourne EV Show. You know, it's been ages since we've had a car show here in Melbourne. We go remember the good old days of the Melbourne International Motor Show and the Australian International Motor Show, and this is the first motor show we've had in years, but obviously reflecting the modern times. It's an EV show. It's not the biggest show, it's not the most glamorous show, but there's a good crowd coming in, and we thought we'd take you around and have a look at it. Doc's been around already. You've had a look at this. What's your first impressions, Doc?
Oh, it's actually great. Small, compact, but very comprehensive. It's lots and lots of fun. There's lots of colours. There's a lot of inspiration, and look, it's innovative. So there could be it might be something out here that you might want to have a look at, or something you might be driving or riding in the future. Who knows? But there's some fantastic colour here. Coffee's good as well, though, too. We need it this morning.
Colour, movement, innovation. It has it all, apart from excitement. The Melbourne EV Show was the first major new auto show since the glory days of the Melbourne Motor Show, last held back in 2014. The EV Show attracted a number of major auto manufacturers, as well as smaller, more specialised brands in the EV sector. Bikes were also featured, including an area to test ride, a feature that Doc was only too happy to try out on this all-electric trail bike.
Look, it's a 12 kilowatt. 125 kilometre distance, and it goes like the clappers, 0 to 105 seconds, so she's fairly fast.
Jeez.
This is the first of its model. We got the specs made in China, and that's the largest they'll go with us with the engine. So.
And so this is manufactured in Australia?
No.
No?
Manufactured in China.
Manufactured in China. Are you the only dealer here in Australia that's got them so far?
I think so, yes.
Very, very good. And that's fantastic as well, though, too. So this is a full ride-on trail bike. You can go out there, have fun in the bush, hard wearing, got all the shocks, just like anything like you do with a petrol motor.
Exactly, yep.
Very, very good. And how long has it taken in the making? How long has the company been going for, Warren?
We've been going for 11 years now, and we're slowly getting there, yeah.
Very good. And not just the trail bikes, you also produce other bikes as well, though, too, don't you?
Yeah, we've got scooters and electric bikes. We have just about anything electric.
Yep. And where are you situated, Warren, if people want to catch up with you and see some of these goodies?
In Carrum Downs, Melbourne.
Well, there you go, local to the southeast. All right, we're here with Warren and Plus Right. Thanks for having us, Warren. We might take this thing for a spin if you let me, and as long as I don't stack it at the same time and have a bit of fun in it. Thanks for joining us here at In Pit Lane.
Thank you.
What a mono!
Apart from the cars and bikes on display, there were other companies featuring their EV-related product range. Hankook Tyres featured their involvement in Formula E as the centrepiece of their stand to highlight their specialised EV tyre range, Ion. Surely a marketing gimmick if ever there was one. But no, the nature of EVs apparently provides a whole new set of challenges for tyre manufacturers.
EVs are about 30% more heavier than ICE cars, and also EVs generate high amount of instant torque when you press the throttle, and these two factors make the tire go through slippage, and then they kind of have roll in the same place, leading to uneven wear, and you are reducing the life of the tires. So now what we have done, we have taken a different compound. The structure of the tire and the sidewall is uniquely designed specifically for EVs, which can take the weight of the car and also doesn't go through the slippage, thereby giving you a longer life for the tires.
So tell us about the concept of your involvement with Formula E. I mean, we're standing in front of a Formula E car now. What have you learned from Formula E? Because one of the things about Formula E is a lot of us will think that's basically a marketing, once again, sort of a marketing hype thing. Are you actually learning things from Formula E?
Yeah, see, absolutely. Formula E, unlike Formula 1, happens across the city streets. So we had to design a tire which not only does the actual racing performance, but also we had to design it in a way where there is reduce the road noise, reduce the rolling resistance, so thereby giving the performance required as well as cater to the city needs, traffic needs, or the sound needs. So those are one of the key factors that were involved in specifically designing Ion range of Formula E tires.
So you mentioned this is a specialised tyre. Of course, our Hankook, I know they've got a relationships over the years with people like Hyundai and Kia and those sort of. What's the situation now? I mean, are these fitted as standard on any cars at the moment?
Tesla, Hyundai, Kia, Porsche, Audi, Volkswagen, BMW, you name the brand and we are on OE for them. Hankook's about 85-year-old company, and then we have 5 factories in US, Europe, Korea, Indonesia, and China, and we are the 6th biggest manufacturer. So we have got you covered in all possible ways.
So tell us about the reaction you're getting here to the Formula E car and to the tyres on display here at the EV show. What sort of questions are you getting from people?
9 out of 10 people don't know that EV cars require a specific EV tire. That's one of the biggest awareness factors that we are creating. Now, an ICE tire on an ICE car gives you an average 60,000 kilometers, but you put the same tire on an EV, that reduces to 20 to 25,000 kilometers. And these are one of the factors that we're trying to create awareness as to how our tires, we can confidently say that can last up to 75,000 kilometers.
Okay, well, that's interesting. It certainly sounded like a marketing concept, but now that you've explained it, it certainly looks like that there are specific needs for EV cars that you wouldn't expect out of a normal car.
Absolutely. Now, in American markets, we already have 50,000 miles guarantee on our Ion range of tires. That's roughly about 80,000 kilometers. And we will be soon starting that in Australia as well. So that explains whatever I've been trying to convey as to why a specific EV tire is required.
Okay, well, it's fascinating. We know anything to do with tyres in the world of motorsport. We know how fascinating, how complex it is. It's not just black bits of rubber going around. And it's interesting to know that, once again, motorsport improving the breed. You're learning things from Formula E. Major OEMs on display, including Peugeot, with their high-performance hybrid, the 308 PHEV, which claims around 60 kilometres of pure electric driving range with a battery that can be recharged in around 3.5 hours using a dedicated fast charger. Ideal for that quick run to the shops and back. But when used together with the turbocharged 1.6 litre 4-cylinder petrol engine, the car provides plenty of performance, rivalling the GT version and putting the car into the hot hatch segment of the market. One of the bigger manufacturers here at the Melbourne EV Show is Peugeot, and Chloe Fraser is the PR manager from Peugeot. And tell us about what you're showing here at the EV Show.
Yeah, for us, we've got 5 vehicles on display. We have our newly launched E2008 SUV, our E-Partner, which is our light commercial van, and we've also got a range of plug-in hybrid vehicles. So we've got our small hatch 308, our plug-in hybrid 508 wagon, and of course the medium-sized SUV, the 3008 plug-in hybrid.
Talk about the 308 we're standing in front of now. I mean, the 308 GTI version was a famous car, and of course, this is not a full EV vehicle. It's a hybrid, and of course, Peugeot, as we well know on In Pit Lane, back racing at Le Mans with a hybrid vehicle. So is that sort of, in terms of performance, what are the advantages of a hybrid? I mean, in terms of, is it, apart from just being clean and green, I mean, what does it do for the performance of this car?
You certainly get that little bit of extra performance, and also the main thing is you get choice. So from a consumer's perspective, you get the opportunity to choose, am I going to drive in EV mode, or am I going to go on that bit of a longer journey? So customers are really gravitating towards a plug-in hybrid so that they've got the choice in their daily drive.
So running on EV power only, what sort of range does this car have under normal use?
Up to about 60 kilometres, yeah, that's the driving range. So it's really perfect for those who are doing, metro driving throughout the week and want to go on longer adventures throughout the weekends.
It is really the best of both worlds now, isn't it? I mean, you don't have that range anxiety. I mean, if you run out of electric power, you've still got the you've still got plenty of petrol power there. But as you say, if you want to pick up the kids from school, go and do a bit of shopping, or just run into town, you've got the option to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, there is such a wide range of what consumers are after, and I think that's what's really exciting about a show like this. You've got customers coming in who absolutely want an EV, customers coming in who absolutely want a PHEV, and those who are coming in going, I'm not sure, I just want to explore.
We mentioned the return to Le Mans and the whole thing about performance. I mean, is that sort of a marketing thing that we're going to see in future, where sort of hybrid vehicles are going to be marketed as much for their increased performance as their environmental standards?
Oh, look, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the future holds, but I think, what is interesting and what appeals most to customers when we talk about how vehicles are represented, what it offers them. So the choice that's available for the PHEV is the main thing that's going to be the most appealing.
Okay, well, there's some terrific cars. Tell us about the show. I mean, it's a big decision to come here, first show. What was behind the decision to come here and take out such a big display here at the first EV show?
Yeah, look, we're delighted to have such a big presence at the first Melbourne EV Show. Obviously, we've seen a massive increase in consumer interest in all things electrified, fully electric or plug-in hybrid. And so we wanted to be able to bring Peugeot to all those interested customers.
Okay, well, congratulations for coming out at the moment. Thanks a lot for joining us in Pit Lane.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. Audi's star car was the RS e-tron GT, with 2 electric motors, 1 at each axle, combining to pump out an impressive 440 kilowatts of power. It comes with an impressive price tag too, at over $200,000.
It wouldn't be the Melbourne EV electric vehicle show here at the Exhibition Centre if we didn't have Audi. Audi have been around for decades and they put on an absolute awesome display every single time over the years when we've had a car show here. I've got Peter here from Audi and he's just tell us a little bit about what you do at Audi and as well some of the cars we have on display here today, Peter.
Yeah, I'm the product plating manager at Audi Australia and we've got 2 amazing vehicles here today. We've got the Audi Q8 e-tron behind me. This is the first public showing of the car in Australia. It's here in this incredible colour of ultra blue.
I'm going to interrupt you there. That is magnificent.
Yeah, it's a great colour. It's quite striking. And the car has got significant upgrades. It's got a very large battery, 114 kilowatt hour battery, which gives you great range. It's got great performance. It's a really good all-round family car.
They are, and the development's incredible these days. As you said, it's got a huge range. Also, what's the charging time? They're coming down in times all the time, aren't they?
Yeah, this one has up to 170 kilowatts of charging capacity, so 5 to 80% in about half an hour is the fast charging speed of the car.
Yep. You just charge it overnight, then away you go all day.
Yeah, charging at home on AC charging takes you a little bit longer, but you can always charge it overnight at home.
And performance, it wouldn't be Audi if we didn't talk about that. We've got the 4 circles over there. The rings are over there in the silver, off camera right now. Tell us what the upgrades are on that. On the RS.
Oh, so we've got the RS e-tron GT. That is our performance halo, our performance flagship. It's an extraordinary vehicle, 0 to 100 kilometres an hour in 3.3 seconds. It's got a 2-speed transmission. It's got 3-chamber air suspension. It's got 4-wheel steering. So it's an incredible vehicle.
At the other end of the market, GWM, Great Wall Motors, with their far more basic Aura. One of the cheapest EVs on the market at just under $40,000. Sadly, their main competition in MG chose not to attend. Well, we're here at the GWM stand here at the EV Motor Show, and Steve McKeever, tell us about the car and tell us about GWM.
Sure. Well, look, obviously we're GWM, Great Wall Motor, one of the fastest growing automotive brands in Australia. In our stable, we've obviously the brand new Aura EV that we're here to show today, but also Haval SUV, GWMU, and also the brand new Tank 300 Professional Off-Road. So, as I said, one of the fastest growing brands in Australia, and I'm really happy to be here at the EV show today.
Now, I take it with a name like Great Wall Motors. I mean, it comes out of Japan? China?
It certainly does come out of China. So, obviously, one of China's largest manufacturers, in fact, growing to be one of the largest in the world. Huge amount of growth there, huge amount of technology and innovation coming out of China. And the build quality, the material, the fit and finish that we're seeing in these new cars coming in is first class.
So tell us about the Aura. What are the details of it?
So this is the GWM Aura EV. It's GWM's first fully electric vehicle in the Australian market, just launched in the past couple of months. We've got a number of different models. Our standard range model comes with a 48 kilowatt hour battery for a range of up to 310 kilometres. Then going into our extended range, which takes a larger 63 kilowatt hour battery for a range of up to 420 kilometres. Now, loaded with all the safety, all the tech, all the features, every car in the Aura range has got a full maximum 5-star ANCAP safety rating, loaded with tech, available now in this market.
So tell us about the decision to bring a car like this out. I mean, we've seen a lot of high-end EVs and things that are costing $150,000, $170,000 or more. It looks like that you're sort of getting into the more affordable entry or end of the market. Is the future, is the adaptation of electric vehicles crucial to price crucial?
Look, absolutely. I think over time we will begin to see economies of scale in EVs. How quickly they'll get to the level of internal combustion vehicles remains to be seen. But look, for GWM, value is a very, very strong part of what we offer customers. We offer great tech, great safety across the range, but value is a very, very strong play for us as well. I won't comment on where other brands have got to with their pricing, but for us, we believe that for this car, we've got the right price. We certainly are at the more pointy end of the market, and I think we're seeing some really good uptake as a result.
This is obviously one of your first electric offerings. I mean, what else is coming? Have we got anything new, like perhaps more at the performance, but more at that luxury end? Is that something that GWM are looking at for the future?
Look, electrification is a very, very big part of where GWM's heading in the future now. We've got a number of hybrids already in the range. We've got the Jolyon hybrid, we've got the H6 hybrid, we've now got the Tank 300 hybrid. We've got this as our first EV. There are more hybrids and EVs in development. We've talked about a car called the Tank 500. We've talked about a car called the Shanghai Ute. They will have hybrid technology available on them as well. They're under serious consideration for this market. We haven't quite made the call to bring them here yet, but there's a good chance that people will see them in the coming months and years. EV in particular, there are more EVs in development under the GWM Aura name. Again, probably a little bit too early to tell, but watch this space. There'll be plenty more electrification from GWM.
And this is the first EV Motor Show. Tell us about your decision to come here and what do you think of the concept so far?
Look, it's fantastic to see motor shows back in Melbourne. Not quite at the heyday of a full Melbourne show, but amazing to see OEMs back again, consumers back again, and I think it's a great addition to the calendar. Hoping it can become something a bit more regular. And look, we're delighted to be here, not only to get GWM in front of prospective consumers and buyers, just to show what we have and what we can offer, but also to speak to Australian consumers and answer their questions about EV ownership. So I think it's been a win-win for all.
Probably the most popular stand at the show was the one from Hyundai, who showed off the brand new Ioniq 5N. The N version of the Ioniq 5 is the first electric car from Hyundai's high-performance division and is its largest, most powerful, fastest accelerating and most expensive vehicle ever. The N series has been a huge success for Hyundai, changing the image of the brand around the world. Much of that success put down to the company's involvement with motorsport, like the World Rally Championships and TCR. Well, undoubtedly one of the most popular stands here at the Melbourne EV Show this weekend has been the Hyundai stand. We're standing in front of the, well, I'll let Evie Tran from Hyundai tell us about what we are standing in front of. Evie, the N Series is very well known for performance lovers everywhere. Tell us about the car we're standing in front of.
So we're standing in front of the Ioniq 5N. So it's our latest, one of our latest models. It's a high-performance EV model. It's a combination of our Ioniq range and also the N brand coming in as well. So this car here is the most powerful EV vehicle that we have on display, with a power of around 478 kilowatts, and it goes from 0 to 100 in 3.4 seconds. And the best thing about this is it doesn't just go straight in a line, it can curve corners and also race on track as well.
The N Series has been incredibly popular, hasn't it? Right across the board, everything from the i20 up to this particular car. Tell us, is this available yet in Australia, or when will it be available?
So it's not available yet, but we are taking pre-sale of the vehicle this weekend, also online as well. So you have until the end of this weekend to configure the car online, put down a refundable deposit, and then wait for the vehicle to come through.
So what about the future of electric vehicles for Hyundai? I mean, they've been involved. I mean, one of the things that Hyundai have been involved in very heavily has been hydrogen cell vehicles as well. Where do you think the future is going? I mean, is it important to have sort of I suppose a dog in every fight? And you've got electric, battery electric, you've got fuel cell hydrogen, but you've also still got the traditional combustion engines as well.
Yeah. Look, Hyundai's goal, we do have a target in place. So by 2045, we will be carbon neutral. So this is also related to our goal to achieve Generation 1. We're all, it's the first generation to be born into a world that's carbon neutral. So by then, we would expect most of our fleet to be using an alternative fuel as well. But
And in terms of the performance, I mean, we've seen Hyundai very heavily involved in the World Rally Championship, in TCR racing. I mean, how important is it, that performance in being involved in motorsport to sort of, prove this sort of technology, and also to, I suppose, boost the brand profile in places like Australia?
motorsport is important to us because, it's an opportunity to show the technology that's behind our cars, the way that, it's great technology in everyday driving, but when it comes to a performance space, Hyundai can also perform there as well.
Here at the Melbourne Exhibition Centre here at South Bank, at the EV Motor Show, it's just all types here, and one of the ones that have led the way as far as EV in Australia for many, many years now as well though too, and it's great to have them proudly on display. We've got a representative of the Tesla Australia Owners Club right here in front of me as well though too. The tent's behind me, the cars are all beautifully on display here. Pete, thanks for joining me here on In Pit Lane. Great to showcase some of your different models you've got at the moment.
Yeah, good luck. Thanks for coming along to see us today. It's a great opportunity for us to show Tesla vehicles to the community. Coming down here to Melbourne, it's the first show that's been on in Melbourne. We did it in Sydney earlier this year, great success there. Now we're down here into Melbourne. And we're here to represent Tesla Owners Club of Australia. We bring the members' cars out, as well as a couple of cars from Tesla. People can see them, get in them, experience it, and learn why Tesla's leading the way.
They certainly are, Peter, and they've been an innovator for a very long time as well, though, too. Colour schemes are really good, too. We've got the signature red behind me, and, of course, we've got some of the more popular matte black ones that are coming out over the back here as well. What's the most popular model at the moment, Pete? What's selling the best?
Look, as we know, the Model Y is one car of the year. It's outperforming everything there, and that's this car behind us here in the lovely red colour. People seem to love it. Very popular to buy in white because of the salary packaging people can do today. And people are doing really well with buying them. It's a great, safe car, and it's a great little SUV.
They certainly are. A long time ago, when people talked EV cars, or electric vehicles as they commonly knew them a long time ago, Tesla was about the only manufacturer they knew in the world. What has come so far along the way in as far as Teslas go, and why would you own one like you do now?
Yep, so look, owning a Tesla today and the biggest thing people tune into today is the cost of fuel. Okay, charging cars at home overnight is quite cheap now, but people are really hitting that pain point of the cost of fuel. But importantly, it's emissions out there. 5 years ago, it was a bit of a gimmick. Today, anybody buying a new car now really got to consider an EV if it's just for commuting. It's a great solution, and it's really exciting to see so many other cars here at the show. Other manufacturers are out there now producing cars. It's going to be a great challenge. We're going to see Tesla continue to move forward. Really looking forward to that challenge that's coming up, because Tesla's been the world leader for a long time, especially here in the Australian market. Some of the other manufacturers coming along now producing cars in volume. They're going to bring them in volume with some good incentives that are coming along. And it's just a great thing to accept out there that there's going to be some competition, and it's going to get Tesla to take a big step forward. Hope to see some new models. We'd all love to see Cybertrucks coming along. We want Model S and Model X back in the country. They stopped that because we need right-hand drive cars here. Hopefully they'll come back in the next couple of years, and then there'll be more cars coming in different models. Lots of speculation out there, but we want the Cybertruck as well.
Absolutely, you're an absolute wealth of information, Pete. I'm going to have to come around. You have to come around my place for a coffee. A competitive, healthy landscape as well, too, will provide those fantastic step ups that everyone can make, and obviously make it a brighter future. Boom, boom for everyone as well, though, too. But as far as environmentally as well, too. So it's fantastic. Thanks for doing this. And just for the record, what do you drive yourself, Pete? And what would you like to drive?
Okay, so now I'll show my addiction. I've driven a Model S for the last 6 years. I've got a blue Model S at home, and I won't sell it. I love it. But now I've had to move from my company cars now a Model Y Performance. Ask me why I brought a Performance. I don't know why, but I did. And my wife drives a Model 3.
Absolutely brilliant. Good luck. Thank you for leading the way, and also to the whole club for bringing their cars on display down here at the Melbourne EV Motor Show as well too. It's been brilliant. They wouldn't get to see this sort of stuff around if they in the cars and have that chance to sit in and experience them if you didn't bring it down here. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us, Pete, on In Pit Lane. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for coming to see us. Really appreciate you driving by.
Okay, well, that was the Melbourne EV Show for the first one ever. And look, I mean, if you have a look at the number of people who have turned up on this Saturday, it's been very impressive. Not all the manufacturers you would expect to be here have been here, but it has been the first show. People like Mercedes, people like MG, a lot of people just haven't been here. But for the first one, has been a really good turnout. And I suppose, you know, we're here in front of the McLarens, and once again, not pure EVs. These are plug-in hybrids as well, and that seems to be that's something we've seen quite a bit of, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is, Brett. Our exotic car friends with us. I'm sipping lattes with them as well, though, too. But it's been really fantastic. We've been jumping on bikes, jumping on cars. Not this time. But, yeah, if you've got a spare $500,000 right now, you'll get one of these hybrid McLarens behind us, and they're magnificent as well, though, too. But, yeah, huge turnout. It's been surprising. A car show in Melbourne, it's an amazing amount of people that will come out and join us and have a look at all what's going on in the world, won't it?
Probably shows that there is a pent-up demand for this sort of thing. I mean, after it's been so many years since we've had a decent car show here in Melbourne, so I think it's a really good opportunity to show people that, you know, there is a demand not just for EVs but also other forms of car show here as well. So look, we've had a great time here. We've got some Hyundai coffee, and we've had some Peugeot water, and we're now going to have some cheap alcohol at the casino. So
we've learned a lot about a lot of new releases of cars as well, though, too. Hyundai have got a new one out, though. We saw from Audi as well, though, too. We've got a brand new RS that's on the scene as well, though, too. Some of these haven't been released in Australia right now. So if you're watching this on YouTube down the track, they will be out. But right now, we've got the exclusive here. So it's been a lot of fun, though, running around and meeting some good new friends as well, too.
Yeah, it's been really good. So hope you've enjoyed this. Has been something a bit different. I mean, we've been wanting to look at some EV cars. Hopefully we'll get a chance at some stage, you know, from a few of the contacts we've made, of actually getting behind the wheels and giving these things a real test, a real world test, because there's a lot of hype about these things, and I would really like to see it proved in the real world. So we might hopefully do that perhaps over the summer. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed this special edition of In Pit Lane from the Melbourne EV Show. So until we see you again very soon, from both Doc, myself and all of us here at In Pit Lane, bye for now.